एक तारीखी डिबेट हुई है कश्मीर पर। दुनिया के जितने भी इंसानी हकूक़ के अदारे हैं, अक़वाम मुत्तहिदा है, भारत के जो चेहरे को बेनकाब किया है इंटरनेशनल लेवल के ऊपर।
तहरीक कश्मीर बरतानिया के सदर राजा फ़हीम कियानी ने लॉर्ड कुर्बान हुसैन की तरफ से हाउस ऑफ लॉर्ड में मसला कश्मीर पर ऑफिशियल बहस करवाने पर उन्हें खराजे तहसीन पेश किया है। राजा फ़हीम कियानी ने कहा कि आलमी सतह पर 5 अगस्त 2019 के इक़दामात के बाद ये एक बड़ा कारनामा है जिसमें भारत के जालमाना चेहरे को बेनकाब किया गया है। उन्होंने कहा कि बरतानवी फॉरेन कॉमनवेल्थ ऑफिस लॉर्ड कुर्बान हुसैन की तरफ से उठाए गए सवालात के जवाबात न दे सके।
एक तारीखी डिबेट हुई है कश्मीर पर और इस डिबेट को जो सिक्योर किया गया था वो लॉर्ड कुर्बान हुसैन साहब ने सिक्योर किया था। मैं समझता हूँ कि इस अहम मौके के बाद 5 अगस्त 2019 के बाद जितने भी भारत ने इक़दाम किए हैं मौजूदा कश्मीर के अंदर, उन इक़दाम को भी लॉर्ड कुर्बान साहब ने बड़े कंक्रीट एविडेंस के साथ दुनिया के जितने भी इंसानी हकूक़ के अदारे हैं, अक़वाम मुत्तहिदा है, उनकी रिपोर्ट से प्रेजेंट की है। तो मैं समझता हूँ कि भारत के जो चेहरे को बेनकाब किया है इंटरनेशनल लेवल के ऊपर, ये खराज तहसीन के भी मुस्तहिक़ है। और मैं समझता हूँ कि इतने बड़े फोरम के ऊपर ऑफिशियल डिबेट सिक्योर कराना, ये लॉर्ड कुर्बान साहब को हम क्रेडिट देते हैं। और मैं समझता हूँ कि इस हवाले से हमें मजीद भी काम करना चाहिए और खुसूसन हाउस ऑफ कॉमन्स के अंदर माजी में भी डिबेट्स हुई हैं, लेकिन अब वक्त आ गया कि हाउस ऑफ कॉमन्स के अंदर भी इस तरह की डिबेट मुनक्किद की जाए और जितने भी इंसानी हकूक़ की खिलाफ वर्जी है उसको वहाँ पर उजागर भी किया जाए।
लॉर्ड कुर्बान हुसैन ने आदाद शुमार के साथ आलमी इदारों को भारत के अपनी अक़लियतों और मकबूजा कश्मीर में ढहाए जाने वाले मजालिम को पेश किया।
Nehru is on record saying that Indian army is here to protect the lives and property of Kashmiri people. He took the matter to the United Nations and obtained UN resolutions promising Kashmiris the right of self-determination through a plebiscite. Mr. Nehru promised the Kashmiris and the whole world that as soon as the peace is restored, his forces will withdraw and Kashmiris will decide their own destiny. He further said, at the end of the day, if the Kashmiris decided to stay separate from India, we will swallow that sour pill. My lords, in 75 years, India has deviated from the UN resolutions and increased its army deployed in Kashmir to nearly 900,000, with special powers granted under Armed Forces Special Power Act. In these 75 years, more than 100,000 Kashmiri civilians have been killed and many more detained and tortured. According to Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, UN Commission for Human Rights, and many other credible organizations, Indian security forces are reported to be involved in illegal detentions, torture, extrajudicial killing, fake encounters, rape and murder with complete impunity under the Armed Forces Special Power Act. Amnesty International report called The Lawless Law draws light on some chilling facts of rape and torture. The widely reported and documented case of Kunan Poshpura gang rape is an example of brutality committed with complete impunity. A New York-based human rights group called the Human Rights Watch, in its recent report, has said that the authorities have invoked the Jammu and Kashmir Public Safety Act as well as the terrorism allegations to conduct raids and arbitrarily detain journalists, activists and political leaders without evidence and meaningful judicial review. The authorities have also barred several prominent Kashmiris from travelling abroad without providing reasons. In November 2021, the authorities arrested a 44-year-old prominent Kashmiri human rights activist, Khurram Parvez, on political motivation charges under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, usually known as UAPA. He has documented cases of enforcement disappearances and investigated unmarked graves in Kashmir, and as a result, the Indian authorities have retained him. The report continued to say that journalists in Kashmir face increasing harassment by security forces, including raids and arbitrary arrests on terrorism charges. Authorities in India have shut down the internet more than anywhere else in the world. Most of those shutdowns have been in Kashmir, where they are used to curb protests and access to information. In March 2021, the UN experts mandates wrote to the Indian government seeking information about the detention of a Kashmiri politician, Wahid Para, the allegation killing in custody of a shopkeeper, Irfan Ahmed Dar, and enforced disappearance of Nasir Ahmed Wani, a resident of Shopian district. They raised concern about the repressive measures and broader pattern of systematic infringement of fundamental rights used against the local population, as well as the use of the local population, as well as the intimidation, searches, and confiscations committed by the national security agents. According to the UNCHR, thousands of mass graves have been discovered that need to be investigated. The UNCHR, in its report of 2018-2019, have asked for free access to investigate these reports of human rights abuses, but India has refused to cooperate. My lords, according to a Kashmiri NGO called Legal Forum for Kashmiri, 26 Kashmiris, prominent political leaders and clerics, are detained under Public Safety Act, UAPA, and similar other draconian laws. They include Shabir Shah, who will be detained for more than 32 years, Ashian Drabi, who has been in prison since 2018, and Musarrat Alam Butt, who will be detained for more than 20 years. The Legal Forum for Kashmir has also produced a list containing names and details of 872 Kashmiri youth and political activists held in detention, most of them under the PSA or other similar laws. I'm willing to share these lists with the Minister and urge him to raise these cases with the Indian government for their release.
दीगर मेंबरान हाउस ऑफ लॉर्ड्स ने बरतानिया की भारत के साथ ट्रेड डील को इंसानी हुकूक के साथ मशरूत करने को कहा.
More common for FTAs to include provisions related to human rights, although it is not possible to assess the exact impact of an agreement on human rights prior to the conclusion of negotiations. Clearly, the DIT at this point is not concerned about human rights in India, but only about the impact of the agreement. My lords, the very sad case of Allah Abdel Fattah in Egypt shows that FCDO can take up the case of victims of human rights, including prisoners of conscience where there is a direct UK connection. As the Minister is well aware, Allah has been held for many years, and his case has been widely publicized.
तहरीक कश्मीर बरतानिया के सदर राजा फहीम कियानी ने कहा कि इस बहस के नतीजे में हाउस ऑफ लॉर्ड्स में कश्मीर पर लॉर्ड्स की तवज्जो मबजूल करवाने और हुकूमत को मसला कश्मीर के हल के लिए अपना हकीकी किरदार अदा करने के हवाले से ये एक अहसन इकदाम है.